Dollar, Tuesday the 15th of April. Let's get it. Um, yeah, so Bitcoin, we're still breaking levels and going higher. Everyone is short, by the way, 0.75 shorts to longs in the market, which is nice. And generally looking quite good above all these levels. Um, Not really looking to short this right now, but let me just check the liquidations quickly. So we're nearly up into that stuff. It's more at 86.4 to 86.7 ish. I'm not sure how accurate that data is because it's from CoinGlass, but yeah, if someone could check Kiyotaka actually and put a little screenshot in the chat, that'd be great to compare them. But yeah, generally looking quite good in this area. Just a word of warning though, the Q2 is obviously still untested, which I was talking about yesterday. So um, obviously I'd probably be looking to long this area, but yeah, if we do that, then that would probably make the most sense for me. But yeah, nothing really too different to say from yesterday. And yeah, ETH bear diving a little bit. I just as long as it can just stay above this level, like it's going to be looking fine. I want to talk about Popcat. And we'll delete some of these levels. Probably like this one. Probably like this one now. And we'll keep the others just to keep it less cluttered. So yeah, we were talking about Popcat shorts yesterday, and you had actually many chances to short this at many different opportunities. So we were probably talking about it Monday, 10, 11, around here. And yeah, we got the initial one on this candle actually, but somewhere here, and then it actually like dumped a tiny bit. What was this candle? 5% by the way. So I was like, let me just de-risk that. And then I got another short up here. So I want to just explain something that if the range is really high, let me explain it like this. Bro, chill. Actually, it's better to see on the hourly. So, for example, if you're looking at shorting something like this on March, and the range is like 5 or 6%, what you can do is you can basically ladder in one on one exchange for like on 3x with a 3% stop, something like that. And then where your stop is, so say your stop is literally right here, you can do another one on another exchange with another 3% stop, which is this way you can like if you get stopped out on your first one, which I already de-risked by the way, you basically get hit on your second exchange with a like slightly extended stop loss. And yeah, it can go wrong. It can just blast through and like take both. But usually, if I'm like on a major level which has a high like percentage range, so this is what like 10%, I'll usually use my second exchange to bid my stop loss. It's actually a really good trick that I've started doing is bidding my stop loss. Um, and yeah, it seems to have worked out. So I got two shorts on Popcat yesterday, uh, and since they've done about 10%. Pretty decent, pretty decent. So if anyone got any of that, GG's. But yeah, it's actually quite interesting bidding your stop loss. Something I really wanted to check out was nootropics. Too hard. Is nootropics like a type of supplement, or is it like a specific thing? I'll look that up quickly. Nootropics. Oh, it's a drink. Improve and enhance cognitive functions like learning, memory, and attention. Yeah, I need my memory. Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, Popcat trades, really good. Start the week off in good profit. And now we can just chill really. Um Yeah, there's really been no change in the price action since yesterday. So whatever I said yesterday, um, is probably going to be exactly the same. The only difference is we have all these orders on TradingView just below, which let's see if they get hit now. We're literally coming down right into them, and obviously the long to short ratio is extremely short. So I think we're going to go a little bit higher. I think we could see us going to possibly like, where was it? 87, 88k. Basically just this area here. For the time being. And it's looking pretty decent. So, yeah, let's have a look at some other stuff. Solana, that played out perfectly. We've got the retest so far. It's looking a little bit janky in the local price action on Solana. Maybe I should go to this chart because it's a little bit cleaner. Qualia Mind is 1-2. Nootropic capsules. Nootropic has cognitive Gorilla Mind, Alpha Brain, etc. Bro, this is sounding crazy, you know. Sounds like some next like weed strains that you'd find in Amsterdam. Many different types. Cool. Okay, let's check this one out. Qualia Mind. I did loads of research a while back. That makes me feel very safe. People that do research on their substances. Qualia Mind. Qualia Mind. So, if I put TradingView on this, by the way, does that go onto my recording? Yeah, it does. But it doesn't on TradingView. Interesting. So, do you want to just watch these TradingView orders just for now? Because we're literally right on them. Or we're literally just about to go on them. Or shall I just run through some alts? It's up to you guys. Or we could buy some OM together. That would be quite fun. Just like a little rack. It's a cheeky one. If it does 100%, happy days. Come on, let's hit this stuff. Yeah, there's just so much below us. I think that stuff got filled, right? Yeah, got filled there and there. Why is it not showing me? Oh, here we go. We could also get the cluster out. No, actually. Yeah. Maybe I'll just run through some alts and we can come back to this. By the way, if you guys have TradingView and you don't use the TPO, it's actually so good. It's a little bit janky on the hourly, but yeah, the lower one and the mid one. Gaining the mid one is like usually you're going to go up. And by the mid one, I mean like the midpoint, which is the white line in the middle of the volume profile. Anyway, enough TradingView, trading light. Let me put that back over here. And I'll switch it back. So yeah, Solana in the like local price action, I'm not really a big fan of, just because it's like squeezing in between two levels. There was like opportunity for two scalps like really easily, obviously on September in the band, and then this one here as well. I'm just not really that interested in this price action at the moment, especially as I hit two nice shorts on Popcat already. So I kind of like don't really need to force anything now. I did say to you guys, by the way, yesterday that this Popcat trade was like extremely high conviction. And I can show you guys again, just like literally, obviously, combination band, March, overlapping support slash demand, Stuba fib. Like, it's just, you can't get more, you literally can't get more uh, conviction than that for me, personally. It's just, it's just the perfect trade, really. So I went pretty heavy on it. But yeah, what should we look at today? I haven't really looked at too much recently. I guess we could look at. Oh, Infinio's pumping. E- At support. I'm not really that interested in that though. I do hold a small bag. Um, but yeah, Fartcoin potentially looking quite interesting for a short. But as long as we're above February, I'm not really also that keen on it. And it's just. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, we're hidden bull dived. We're above the weekly. Yeah, it looks shortable on the 4 hour, but of course, yeah, the range is about 5%. You could 2x that, 2x leverage at. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I think we were talking about that yesterday. So you already actually got one here. What was that? 10% move, and then it did pump by 13%. This thing moves crazy. This is like PopCat. But yeah, a little bit, also a little bit janky right now. Maybe we'll have to go into like the 3 minutes and stuff and try to find something a little bit better. Um, let's look at render. Still holding quite well. Major bear diving though. I want to see this come back to Q2 if I was going to bid this. In terms of a short, yeah, like we're failing daily. We got 2 wicks in the band. Bear div. I, I'd like this to come down a little bit more, but I don't want to short this just now, as we're still above this level. Let me put it on. This one right there. So I don't want to short this just yet. But yeah, tell me what you guys are looking at. Because I'm not looking at a whole lot. I am looking at potentially accumulating some more tier. My trade is obviously down, but I think it's a good time to DCA it, as I could probably get it from here down it somewhere into here, like that the break-even price. Anyone else thinking of doing that, or we just completely finished with it? AVAX has done the gain. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. There's really not too much difference from yesterday on a lot of these charts, apart from like the things that move really heavy, like PopCat and Fartcoin. Obviously, have been doing like 10% moves up and down in the hourly candles. Let's have a look at grass. We have a little lower low. I'm going to take that off now, as it served its purpose. Potentially a little short. Nah, I don't really like it that much. Let's actually see where these bands come in on the weekly open. Yeah, you could potentially long that on the weekly open here, as the risk would probably be, what's this range? This range is about 2%. Yeah, that's what I like. I like stuff like that. But yeah, it's okay. It's not the worst. It could possibly come a little bit lower into like 142 though. I don't really. I hate trading grass. It's just one chart that just doesn't like me. Um, let's have a look at like Arc Soul and Griffin and stuff. I haven't checked these things in ages. Yeah, potentially actually not a bad place to. Hmm, yeah, it broke down 4 hour. Not the worst. Obviously, this Q2 is holding us down massively. This is going to be a big resistance, but we are at the low, so hold on. How much is this range, just out of interest? 4%. Not too bad for a coin like Arc Soul, in the sense where like you could maybe ladder something in on 3x with a stop around 275 and try catch something like that. It'd be a good risk to reward trade because the upside is quite high, but just not like massively interested or confident. That is definitely possible. I think that has potential. Although I could see it doing like a that, and that would wick everyone out on that low. Hmm, interesting. And then it would bull div again. Yeah, maybe one more. It's a bit premature to try and long that. What else? What else? Let's have a look at the big ones. Maybe like injective. Again, this is actually failing its weekly open, so it's potentially looking okay for a short. We actually already got the Stuba in here, right on the 786 and the previous daily open. That would have been quite a nice short to catch, especially as now that we're failing the weekly. You're potentially looking at coming down to 7.6 and then maybe even $7 again. But yeah, I bought some at $7 on the spot. I tried to leverage long it, but I got wicked out on this 6.4. So if we did get back down to like $7 again, I would be interested. But we kind of want to hold like really where we're holding right now, actually. Otherwise, we could see a bit more of a tumble. Um, FET's actually had a really nice bounce off its lows so far, holding above 462. The Q2 is going to be interesting to see if we can actually hold it on like a bullish back test. But for now, this looks kind of decent. I took most of my trade off. Obviously, we're losing these levels right now in the local stuff, but I think like 445 and 455 is going to be like a potential area to just see what the price action is doing. And yeah, it looks decently interesting. I might actually just set an alert at like 455 just in case I'm around my computer when it does hit and I can just monitor it. Sui is yeah, Sui's also looking it's not looking the worst. What do you guys think on Sui? I don't I just don't think that's done yet. You can't say that's finished yet, but if we do get like a gain of that, it'll be looking really good. A lot of these charts look exactly like this. But for now, it's actually wicking and failing these levels in the daily, so potentially could see another test of the lows, which you'd be fine to bid, actually. Should we actually have a look at the volume on some of these things? Let's have a look at the volume. What should we look at? Yeah, so Pepe actually looks double decent, and the reason I say this is because we've had two. Let me take the magnet off. Two major selling candles down here, and retail stablecoin demand has topped. I don't have it inverted, by the way, so if you're going by Vikings inverted, it's bottomed. So that's actually looking mildly interesting that we're above the node as well, which actually comes in on Q2 where we're trying to hold now. Potentially very interesting on Pepe. Especially as meme coins have like found their feet again slightly. Let's actually have a look at that on my on this. Yeah, something like this, which is needs to hold here. I would just want to see it consolidate for a little bit, and potentially you could long the Q2 with a 1 or 2% stop. However, it's not the most high conviction play for me. It's a little bit risky. You'd maybe want to come see that come down, come see that come down a little bit. See that come down? What am I talking about? Let's do hype quickly, and then yeah, we'll just maybe just have a little chillers. So yeah, hype still looking potentially very toppy. We haven't lost the weekly open yet, so it's not looking like the worst. But these bands are getting quite a lot tighter, and this Q4 is sorry, the Q2 is looking potentially very interesting to come down and test again. Um, what do we want to see to short this? Well, we got one wick into the band, which is nice. For the most high probability short on something like this, you want to see this stuff break. Because right now, this is obviously support, and we're in an uptrend, so potentially you could long that. However, we are in the Stuber pocket. Well, we're in a micro uptrend in a larger downtrend. But potentially you want to see this break and then bearishly retest to short that. Because once you break this low here, I take off the bands. Once you break that low there, then anything here will support. You can just short and then take it down into here. And like that's not a bad percentage move. That's like 10, 15%. Because if you do break that, there's a good chance that you'll get a retest on the 786, which is just comes out around in that block there, which is quite nice. Interesting, very interesting. Should you like Arve Ada dot link? Maybe. Just see what's going on with them. I don't think it's going to be much change. Arve. Interesting to see that this doesn't have much bullish momentum after. I think Trump, like, what did he say? Like, he did something with DeFi, like made it easier or something. But this just looks a bit like ETH at the moment. Actually, it looks slightly weaker than ETH. Hmm. Again, not a whole lot of interest for me there. There is a decent little range forming on the hourly from like 148 to let's say like 133, which is about 10%, which is quite nice. And the weekly open will be the inflection point, which you could potentially do some plays on. But in terms of a swing trade, I'm not really feeling it too much. Not too much. Sometimes you just got to take the AI charting tools off and just eyeball stuff like this with no clutter. Then you can add it all on after. Yeah, we got that move, nice. Didn't get the down move yet. Also, way too many lines on this chart. I'm gonna take that off. Take that one off. Yeah, just kind of in an area of consolidation is what I want to see. Let's take this off. Also, let me go and check back on trading light actually. Heat map. Take the VPR off. Go back down to the 5 minute. We're just so close to it. We're literally like $40 off the orders. So we'll have to let that simmer for a little bit. We're trying to come down into it right now. Did they pull the stuff above? They haven't pulled the stuff above yet. Interesting. Someone got filled there for 1.3k on a long at 85.8. That's rogue. Super, super rogue. But yeah, in general, the market's not looking too bad. I actually quite like a lot of stuff that's happening right now. Dot's actually trying to do its gain of its like low, which I bid ages ago, but it was underneath. So if we can do that, it'd be nice. Like this will hopefully be the deviation, but again, there's just no evidence of this stopping just yet. It potentially looks interesting to take this up to the Q2 actually, which is quite an easy 10% long. And your stop could be like, yeah, 1.5, 2%. So your risk is fine if you wanted to take a potential long here. Just know that we are failing the weekly open right now, so maybe you want to wait for 4 hour close. It's looking a bit, those 2 4 hours aren't that great. That one's not too bad, but this one's not that great. You want to see where that closes. Bad div, yeah. It's a little bit neither here nor there. It's not bad because we have gained this, but it's just not like, it's not the greatest. Link, yeah, the longs from Link, I've sold off, and why is that not working? Again, just looks quite similar to a lot of other stuff where it's kind of consolidating above the level it's gained. You want to see a hold of like 12.3 on this, almost down the 4 hour. Where we are right now, actually, 12.5 on the 4 hour. If not, we're going to come and see like in between the Q4 and November again, which I would be leaning towards if we close this 4 hour above, below the weekly open. So potentially just an area to sit on your hands actually and just wait. If we do come down a little bit more, I would be interested in longing some of this stuff again. But yeah, all in all, not looking the worst. I want to watch these orders come in. Orders start down at 85.3. Okay, let's have a look. Let me switch my screen back to trading light. so you guys can see. I would like to compare this actually. So what you said, orders start at 83 point what? 85.3. Okay, cool. 85.3. Yeah, this is 85.38 to be precise. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty bang on. And then if we do you know what? Let's do liquidity on coin glass just so we can really compare the free one. Yeah, this one's not that reliable. 85. It does say 85.3 though. 86, 85.3, 85.2. We go back to 86. Yeah, they kind of line up. I think TradingView's more accurate. This one's okay for a free version, actually, the Coin Glass one, but it's not going to be the most responsive. Probably Kiyotaka is better as a free one. Do you want to post a screenshot in the chat, if possible? Just so I can have a look. I don't actually have Kiyotaka. I should probably just sign up, but let's watch these hit because this is probably the most interesting thing that's going to happen between now and the US Open. It's like, look at it, it's like edging us so badly. But yeah, if you guys want me to have a look at anything that you're potentially trading, okay, 85. So that looks like the coin glass one actually. Hmm, interesting. Very, very interesting. Here we go. Come on. You see how they had double rows here at 86 and 85.9, and then they pulled this 85.9 just before it tipped there. Makes me think that they're possibly going to pull this 86 stuff when these get filled and go a little bit higher, especially with the amount of shorts in the market. Let me just go long to short ratio 0.75. See, it just makes me think we're going to go higher. And look at this, in the last 2 hours, 52% long down to 39%. Yeah, yeah, fill the boys and then let's go. That's what I'm saying. Fill the boys. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about today, guys. I do think we're going to continue up into like 87, 88 in the short term, in the near term. I should probably take profit on my pop cat shorts, right? Right, 2.5. Yeah, 10% dump. So yeah, if no one's got anything to potentially talk about, or any charts to look at, I might just call it here for a nice like short, quick one, because I don't want my recordings to run too quick. Actually, I'll stop my recording and then just sit here for a second, because this thing's just edging us hard right now. These orders.